Okay, so you're next going to look at question 2 in this paper, but there's a big problem. You need to refer to source A and source B for this question. Well, so far you've only read about half of source A and you haven't read source B. So that presents a bit of a difficulty. You've got to concentrate on an awful lot there, but let's scan ahead because in question 3, look, you now need to refer only to source B, Dickens' description of the fair itself, from line 19 to the end. Well, actually, my exam tactics are going to be to do that question first, because then I only have to think about source B. After question 3, I'll know all of source B probably, and part of source A. I can't afford just to read from line 19 to the end, because there may be a lot of exposition, a lot of information to understand at the beginning of source B. So I know I've got to read the whole of that text. This will mean that when I come back to question 2, I'll have read most of source A and most of source B, sorry, all of source B, which I'll know really well. So I'll be much better prepared for this question, especially as this is only worth 8 marks. It's bonkers, isn't it, to start question 2 having to do double the reading of all the other questions for only 8 marks, when I can halve my reading and just look at source B but get 12 marks. So my first piece of advice here is not to do question 2 second. You're going to do question 3 second. Now let's go and look at question 4. Do I need to have read both sources? Yes, I do. So because I've got to do the whole of source A and the whole of source B for question 4, I'm going to read answer question 4 last. So my order, I hope you can understand why I've done it, is question 1 followed by question 3 followed by question 2 followed by question 4. That's how to choose which questions to do in what order in the exam. The examiner doesn't care if you change the order, and I'm strongly advising you to do this because it will be easier for you to get higher marks. If you're worried that that's just some crazy Mr. Salles English teacher advice, put cognitive load into Google and you'll see that there's a scientific reason for my advice. So in cognitive psychology, that's just the science of how we know things, cognitive load refers to the total amount of mental effort being used in the working memory. And so the crucial thing here is that when you're reading new stuff, your memory has to take on a lot of new facts all together. And the more new facts you have to take on at once, the bigger the load and the less information you can actually take in. It's easy to prove that. Just try memorizing a string of numbers, and where you run out of numbers, that shows you what your load is, and it's normally for most people about 7 numbers. It's very difficult to get beyond that on a first go. So that's why you don't want to be reading source A and source B at the same time, because there'll just be far too much to remember, and that's why you don't do question first, second. So if you'd like more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you've liked the video, and good luck with your revision.